What do you think about Strange Music? Number one independent hip hop or number one independent music label in the world, Tech Nine.
I don't know about Tech Nine because I wouldn't say he's part of that sellout elite type of class like a Jay Z, Eminem, because he is independent, and you know they don't like that. They don't like when they independent. And we never see him like at the forefront. You know, like people know about Tech Nine, but he's not really talked about like that in conversations. So I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not really a fan of his music like that. Does he talk about like dark shit in his music and the devil worshiping and all that, or what?
Yeah, a lot of people tried to call him a devil worshiper, but nah, I don't. I've so first of all, let me be clear. I am a huge Tech Nine fan, a huge Strange Music fan. So let's just be clear about that right from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I
Is
mean,
Hobson still on Strange Music? Nah, huh?
no, I don't think he was ever. I don't think he was ever signed to Strange Music.
Oh, okay.
But no, I mean, so I got into tech. I guess it was like, so one of my friends actually told me like, yo, you would like this guy because um, I've always been into math. I think if I know you say you don't like his music, but I think if you actually dug into it a little bit more, it's very like mathematical. Like even the like his chopping style is all about numerology actually. Like that's where the nine comes from. People think it's about like the gun to like a tech nine, but
Oh,
nine,
word.
yeah, it's the number of completion. And
Right.
he has all nine techniques of rap. And like Strange Music is not just rapping, it's like all music, you know, it's like beautiful music. He has a song called Beautiful Music. You should check that one out.
Mm.
um but yeah, man, so I don't think that he's like a sellout, man. Like, but I think he's like I think he's one of like the most famous people in the world that isn't. Like, I don't know. A lot of people will disagree with me. A lot of people say he is a sellout and that he's with the shit and all the other shit. But I think he's just doing business. You know, like sometimes you just have to do business, but you don't have to completely sell yourself out. It's just business. You know.
Yeah. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, looking at all this shit, bro. Even myself, I'm getting to a point where like it's okay to know about all this occult shit, to know about all these conspiracy shit, but do I really gotta talk about it because it's gonna fuck up my bag? Knowing the video game that we're playing, right? Knowing the simulation that we're in, knowing that money is financial freedom. The only way to
Knowing that
actual
we're all one, though, knowing that we're all one, that makes us part of the Illuminati. Like, we're either too lazy to figure out the game or we're not being mature enough to do business with them. Because
Yep. Mm-hmm.
if you're being real with yourself, it's like you're either going to do business with them, you're going to join them, or you're going to die.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But I think you get how to play it smart. Like I look at people, you know who Currency is?
Right. That's another one that's doing business with them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why like it's okay to be comfortable like that, but everybody wants to be a Drake, everybody wants to be a Jay-Z, everybody wants to be a Kanye. That comes with like you can't just get there with talent, yo. Like you got to give something up to get to that type of level and recognition. They don't just pop up anybody to get to that level.
No, I heard you pumping Russ. I fuck with Russ a lot too. I like Russ.
You fuck with I fuck with Russ because yeah, like I like when when it's really independent. And you can tell when it's independent because they're never gonna be a big artist like that if they're not. Like look at a baby, right? Look at a baby and Megan Thee Stallion. That same day their debut mixtapes came out, her mom and his dad both died. Since those two album mixtapes have came out, their careers have skyrocketed. And that to me is not a fucking coincidence and accident. You know, that to me, like y'all sacrifice that shit. Like you guys have to give something up, you know. And look at Megan Thee Stallion now. She's like right under Cardi B. You know, she's one of the biggest female artists now. The baby, one of the biggest pop artists right now.
I've heard
That,
people say that Mac Miller was Ariana Grande's sacrifice. You think
I believe that.
you believe that?
I believe that. I mean, okay, I don't believe that, but I lean more towards that for sure, 100%.
Right. Yeah.
She got kind of accepted into the hip hop community because of Mac Miller.
Right. Did you hear Russ's new EP? Or I guess it's not that new now. Chomp.
Chomp, nah. I mean, I heard the song with him and Absol only.
That song is one of my favorites because I fuck with
Yeah.
Soul so hard. But yo, because of that song, I listened to the whole EP and I was like, bro, Russ can really spit too. Like
Nah,
I always
yeah.
respected his musical talents, but he's spitting on that shit.
Yeah, I fuck with Russ grew on me. I was a Russ hater in the beginning, but Russ definitely grew on me. After that there was that one song, the biggest song he has. I don't know if you heard it, the Best in the World.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I fucked with that shit. I don't care, bro. I heard that shit. I was like, yo, this is fire. I like this.
That's the thing though. He makes music for everybody. Like that's
Yep.
not really one of my favorite songs, but he makes music that covers
The
all of it.
the women love that one, yeah.
For sure, for sure.
But I like the conspiracy and like there's so much Freemason shit in hip hop, like so much. It's so much occult and symbolism in music videos, um,
But don't you
everything,
think
bro.
that even at that level, there's some? I feel like even every individual, even at the level of Illuminati, like we've all got a war within sort of thing going on, you know?
Mm-hmm. 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 Money's a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
And people don't care. Moral morality is really out the door now. Everyone takes a bag for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think agreements are important for that reason because they can keep you grounded, like just the agreements that you keep with yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm. But then again, bro, and not everyone is privileged coming into this realm. So I can understand if you come into this world and you have, you grow up rough or you're not having shit really. So I can understand the need to take a bag real quick and kind of just sign something off. But someone like me, bro, where I was blessed with parents that always gave me everything and basically spoiled to this day. If anything, for the most part, they got me with whatever if I ever need anything. I never was money hungry like that. I never was like, I have to do that because I need that money right now. And not everyone's fortunate enough to look at the world like that. So it goes back to what you just said about, just having that battle within, and you never know what you got to do to get to where you got to get to.
I
And we
think
can't really be mad about it.
it comes down to like our culture emphasizes, or is emphasized the right word? I guess we value, or man, I'm not sure what the right word I'm looking for is, but basically we put a lot of our energy and a lot of our focus on competition instead of cooperation.
Mm,
And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like on a big
yeah,
picture level, like we're all like dog eat dog, like like and I agree that competition is what makes the business world. It fuels innovation as far as like from a technological standpoint. Um, there's ways that you can set up the rules to where competition can benefit the whole, but I think cooperation has to be the foundation, or like you have to first agree upon the rules that make that competition benefit the whole. And we're at a point right now where our society is breaking down because we're all out competition and we have lost the ability to cooperate on any level. So now we're destroying ourselves because we're not operating within a cooperative framework.
yeah. I like that 100%. We're so divided, bro.
Yeah, that's another reason. Like I was like, man, I want to get him on the podcast too, because I don't hear enough podcasters gassing each other up. Like everybody's competing, like they want the listeners. Like there's not a fucking infinite amount of time in the world. you know?
Man, tell me about it. Tell me about it. But yeah, I agree with that. We don't have podcasters reaching out to podcasters like that, and and even like people like us, I'm assuming you're a small podcast as well, just like myself. So it's kind of like um, it's like it's a weird space, because you want to reach out to people to do certain shit, but it's like who the fuck are we in a way. But
Yeah,
hey,
but at the same time, I feel like people that are just open-minded and just real, like regardless of the level of intelligence that you have. Like, I mean, you called me smart earlier, but then like I think about people that have podcasts like fucking Eric Weinstein or Lex Friedman. Like I'm a fucking retard compared to a lot of these people.
Nah, bro, you compared to those people. You're relying the same type of message they are, but just in a different way that people understand you more, that your audience understands you more. Not everybody can listen to it in a high techie type of nice, big words and a super smart way.
Right.
That's the gaps that I feel like we're filling.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is like even like with you, like I think you're brilliant. You know what I'm saying? I feel that no matter what level, I don't even see intellect really as being like, I don't value that like I used to, like for me, it's just how real are you being, regardless of where you're coming from right now, how real are you being right now, and how real are you trying to be moving forward? And like, I'm not saying we throw away the past, but how do you start looking at the past in a way where you learn from it and you grow from it rather than using it as an excuse to not move forward or as an excuse for why somebody else is better than you or as an excuse for anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know I did say like, kind of we focus too much on the past, but you do have to know a little bit of the past so we don't keep repeating the past. So I do agree with that 100%. And that's why I think history always repeats itself, too, to be honest, because we don't care to even look into a little bit of the past. Like, people are so caught up, right, on the idea of socialism and communism, knowing damn well what the history of that has shown us. You get me? And that, to me, was like, yo, what the fuck? What y'all talking about? Communism. Get the fuck out of here.
Any of the isms, like, that's another... I think all isms are a psyop. Like, how... Like, that's
Okay.
what I was talking about earlier with, like, Christian or whatever, like... That's just another belief that they're pigeon. It's a pigeonhole, and it is a pigeonhole.
Mm-hmm.
People have flexible beliefs. You can change your belief on the go, and it doesn't make you a bad person or a hypocrite if you're just being real. If you're literally if you're like deceiving yourself or lying, like that's a whole different thing.
Right.
But if you're going with the flow, and you're like vibing, like sometimes like. That's the yin yang, life is a paradox.
That's all it is, bro. It's a balance. That's all it is, really. Polarity. That's all it is, bro.
Yep.
And yeah, bro. That's how I look at this shit. But I tell people when people listen to my podcast or when they ask me about certain shit, that's why the whole point of my podcast is just to break their current reality and matrix. Like I think you said we can't break it, but we can what'd you say?
We can heal it, or even
we can heal it.
Whatever. We're like,
right.
We're all one, like that is the matrix. That's that the richest person and the poorest person are in this shit together.
Yeah, I like that. But that's kind of what I like to try to tell people. Where just like, look at this reality. It's not what they're telling you. So just look at it kind of differently. Be open to questioning this shit. And when I tell people, like, if you're listening to my podcast to try to, get details and certain information, like, hey, I ain't the podcast for that. Go listen to the Tinfoil Hats. Go listen to the No Mercies, or listen to people, like you said, the Isaac Weishaupt. Listen to there's a bunch of podcasts out there that they have everything laid out for you, names and everything. I'm not that person. I'm just relaying the information that I'm coming across, and hopefully you're entertained by it. That's why my podcast is under entertainment, because it's entertainment. Conspiracy is my opinion. So if you don't fuck with it, cool. It's my theory. It's my opinion.
Yep. No, that's the whole attitude that I really appreciated, man. Because I feel the exact same way about just from that attitude.
But pause like this, bro. Like your fan base probably never fucking even knew about a line of purples or human vibration, and you brought them. You brought a new world to them. So that's how I look at it. Like, and Tommy G really inspired this. He has. I don't know if you heard of the No Mercy podcast, but he always said small podcasts matter. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? Like, that's true, because the accounts with the 200, 300, 400, people followings, even like 2,000 people followings or whatever, the big platforms are getting knocked out. We're still standing. We're not on the radar like that. So we got to keep relaying the message and keep passing this shit along, and then open up people that are my friends that went to school with me, my coworkers that maybe not have no idea of any of this shit. And I might spark some new ways of thinking for someone else. And that's all I care about, bro. Just sparking a new way of thought. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to even be set in stone on what I'm saying. But maybe something that I said sparks something in your brain, and it causes you to go look into something. And that's the rabbit hole you're going to go, is going to cause you to look into everything. And then my job is done. That's all I care about.
Be skeptical, but learn to listen.
I like that. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. That's the name of the episode.